Okay, we're back. We're back. The phone crashed from the cold weather before as I was trying to walk and show you all this. So we'll try this again. We'll just do a quick drive here. We'll go by and we'll come back. I'll wait a few minutes to see if people show up.
We suddenly went from a world in which the diet of a particular person was believed to.
This is the old General Electric's lighting headquarters design community. The facility is called Nila Park. It's a large campus of buildings, very famous in Cleveland and world famous in the lighting industry for all the lighting that was designed here over like 100 years. And right now, unfortunately, General Electric is gone. They're pretty much out of the lighting business, and you can rent space here. Some investors, I think, now own this, and they're. Oh, we got a bus coming. I have to get out of the way of the bus, I think. Trying to do this before traffic really started. Starting to get traffic. So, anyway. Really amazing lighting displays. This is the main entrance to the campus. These purple ribbons of light are pretty new, I think, this year. Well, I'll try to make a couple passes since time. And that's the end of it there. Yeah, we'll turn around and go back the other direction. Frosty the Snowman and his igloo. The Santa Land Express. I particularly like, excuse me, the lights on this tree. I don't know if you can see it or not, but those ornaments flicker really neat. Red and gold ornaments on the tree flicker. I don't know if that comes through at all. It's very pretty in person. And then here's these cool ribbons of light coming down the front of the building. These purple ribbons are new, I think. Yeah, the last live stream crashed from the cold weather, I think. Killed the phone, took a while to recharge, get it to come back to life. So I'm just driving it right now. I've been meaning to find better ways to heat the phone up in the cold. It's a continuing problem for me. It's a continuing problem. I had such a good stream going earlier. And here's the main entrance area to the Nila Park. The tree is really quite beautiful. And again, the yellow like ornaments flicker on that tree. I don't know if you guys can really see that on us, on your end. Yeah, the app crashed. The phone crashed from the cold. I've been just sitting in the car trying to get the phone to come back to life. This is the main entrance area of Nila Park. Yeah, I've been meaning to find a good way to heat the phone up. Here's the sign for the property. GE Lighting, Nila Park, 1975 Noble Road, East Cleveland, Ohio. But I don't think GE has anything going on here anymore. The property is all for lease. It's an amazingly interesting campus of buildings. One thing I've really always wanted is a tour of these buildings. I'd buy somebody a good lunch if they could take me on a tour. Hint, hint. I'd love to see around this place. Hello, Robin. All right, let's just circle through here real quick. Really a picture perfect image there with the flag. Look at that. Wow. Wish I could go wider. Have to come back and grab a screenshot of that maybe. Right there. That's the screenshot to get. Somebody can grab it. Al used to do that. Too hard for me right now. There it says Nila Park spelled out on the building. Right there. Hello, Tuxedo Kitty. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas from Nila Park. All right, let's continue driving. I'll make 2 more passes now that I've got more people here. Do it one more time. Already did both passes. We'll go up and down again one more time. Thank you, Hal. Yeah, maybe I'll come back on a warm day and walk at night. Yes, it was pretty cold out there, and the phone just said, no way, man. Even plugged in. This is Cleveland, Ohio. I forget what the title says. What does the title say? Always check my titles. I usually say something about where I'm at, or at least mentioning Cleveland. All right, we're going to turn around. All right, let me turn around here. Technically, we're in East Cleveland. This is... Thank you, Rusty. This is East Cleveland, Ohio. Let me turn around here. "5 miles, yeah. I know those kind of people. I know a few of them. I know a few of those people. All right, we'll go all the way by again on this direction. So you can look up Nila Park. I'm sure you can find other videos on YouTube. Lots of history out there about this facility and the lighting designs it's been doing here for decades and decades and decades. There used to be, back when I was younger, this road here, Noble Road, would be packed with cars. You couldn't even drive through here. It'd just be packed. I don't know that it gets like that anymore. I don't... Couple thousand miles. I have a tuxedo kitty. You go to my Instagram or Twitter. I think I don't know if I put a picture up. I put some pictures up today of me and him somewhere. I don't remember everywhere I put it. Bandit is my partner in crime. We had a lot of tuxedo kitties, actually. That's the main entrance area again. Mittens. Meow, 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 meow. So, a couple thousand miles. Are you on the West Coast? That's where I should be. I'm getting a little tired of this sub-zero weather. It's very cold here for a couple days. Yeah, I need to get to LA. I need to get to the West. But unfortunately, you need a decent vehicle and plenty of money for gasoline. Those ribbons of light coming down the building front are pretty cool. Those are new, I think. I don't know how well you can see how intricate and ornate these big ornaments are. And they used to, this is all LED lighting now. Think back to the days when they did this with the old style Christmas bulbs. You know, the big old incandescent bulbs you had to screw in. Yeah, it's gonna get much nicer. I was trying to walk this earlier and the phone froze. The phone froze and I had to go back to the car and wait till the app came back up. The phone came back up. I mean, I don't mind this kind of weather really, but the super cold right around zero is with 20-mile-an-hour winds is just freaking nasty. Just nasty. Oh, Vegas. We've had a lot of Vegas followers. You guys should all have a meetup. There's Steve and Laura. They're from Cleveland here. There's Addison. A couple more people, I think, from Vegas. And that's the end of it up here. We had big numbers earlier. We had over 80 earlier. That was my biggest number ever. Let me turn around. We'll make one more pass, and that's it for this. This is the time to come out here, though, because there's no traffic. I can drive and do whatever I want. Hello there, Paulus. Welcome to Cleveland. There's the ornament that looks like Santa, but maybe it's not. It's just, I don't know what that is, but it kind of looks like a Santa face, but yeah, maybe not. Yeah, it's in the eye of the beholder. All right. Okay, Tuxedo, come back. I do this a lot. If you go look at my live streams on my channel page, you'll see, well, mostly it's driving, but I'm trying to do a lot more walking and tours. I did a downtown tour the other night, 2 hours of walking. We have fun. We're trying. Have a good holiday. That's right, it's a couple hours earlier for you. I should get a few hours sleep myself. I've got to get up kind of early here yet in a few hours and go help a friend with a battery problem. So I need to go home and check on my kitty cat, check on Bandit. And my heat. Check on my heat. And if you stick with me, I'll just keep this going and we'll drive through Public Square downtown Cleveland. You'll see the holiday lights down there. Here's the main entrance again. What does this say back here? Let me see here. I don't know if I can get out. I'm curious what these little signs say. They're not lit up, so it's hard to read them. These like Christmas present boxes. Oh, this is for people walking. I see. This is a little, frame area you can take your pictures in. Relief selfie station. Strike a pose and share it with us at the tagging GE lighting. Please maintain 6 feet of distance. Oh, I got no way to. Well, I have my selfie stick. Should we try to get a picture? Without the phone freezing again? So how much battery do I have? Well, lots of battery. Let's try to do this. I'll try to do it. How's that? Okay. And somebody can get. I'll get the frame grab later. Sure, let's do this. Where's my selfie stick? It's cold out here. Holy crap. We're up on a hill here and the wind is howling. Where is my selfie stick? I just had it. There it is. I don't know if I can. Oh, it won't do that, will it? It won't do that. I have another way to do it. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is so hard. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. I have to get the tripod. I can use that like a selfie stick. You can hear the wind, I think, can't you? Whew, it's blowing up here. Look at that flag move. All right, I can do this. I'll set this up and I'll just jump in and I can get the frame grab later, or Alan will get it to me. And then we'll put the picture up on the GE lighting I guess Instagram probably, or wherever they're. I have to look for that. Where they're tagging these at. Doesn't say. It's just okay. That looks pretty good. All right, did that come out good? All right, it's cold out here. I mean, look at the wind blowing that flag straight out. We're up on a bluff here on the top of the ridge. So the winds come off of the lake and just really slam up here. All right. It's chilly, Wilbur. Ooh. What did the temperature go down to? Neptuno, hello. What is the temperature now? It must have gotten colder. Wind is blowing more. It's 13, but feels like 5 below. Nice wind chill. Okay, let's finish this up. Ooh. Oh, is it? Oh. Oh, so I can always do another one. There'll be more opportunities now that I know what that's all about. All right, last trip through the main entrance here. I need to get a better picture of this standing outside the car, but actually that's a pretty good shot right there. That's a really good shot. Do you know, Al, that you can go back when you're watching my feed? You can use the slider, the timeline, and you can actually go backwards while you're watching me. That's something I only learned a little bit ago, like last year. Yeah, that's a very cool feature. I've used it a few times on my other phone to look at something that I just passed because I couldn't remember what it was, you know. I forget who turned me on to that the one night. Yeah, I would have never thought of doing that. I mean, all right, folks, that's the end of the GE lighting. I'm gonna have to grab some screen grabs from this and go find where to post these. Maybe it's Instagram or somewhere. I don't know. Twitter. Don't know where else it would be. Yeah, I think mostly Instagram. All right. I'm tired of holding the phone. I get very tired of holding the phone. I do, you know. It's a job. I get tired of it. Where's Fredo? I don't know. Where did Fredo go? Oh, there I am. Hello. Man, we had some weird trolls earlier, didn't we? Wow, I never had people like that before. What a bunch of douches. I'll try to watch my language. Okay. Oh. 5K run in this weather? Holy crap. Well, you know, I can take most of the cold out, you know. The biggest trouble with me anymore is gloves, fingers, you know. Keeping my fingers really warm. You know, I mean, I had to shovel. You've been to the driveway. So I tried to drive out the other night after the first night of this crazy snow and wind. And there's really no snow in my driveway. And where the drive drops to the sidewalk, there was some snow there. And this car's, you know, really tiny, close to the ground. And it kind of started getting stuck in the snow that was gathered there. And I'm like, great. So I managed to back out of it after gunning the heck out of it. So to clear that, and then I shoveled the whole apron out to the sidewalk, to the street, and it was like concrete out there from the snow plows. Freaking 2 hours of almost continuous shoveling. I'm lucky I'm still healthy enough to do that. I've got a friend who's, what is he, 70? He goes, "You're nuts." And it wasn't deep, the main part of the apron from the sidewalk till closer to the street was just a few inches. It was nothing, But when it got down there by the, because out in the street, it was still, the plows don't get up to the curb. It was 2 feet out in the street. And it was like this thick. And it's just like concrete, And you got to pick that stuff up and carry it and dump it, Take an aspirin. I don't need any aspirin. It's just work, just 2 hours of solid manual labor, This car's got like ball tires, I only bought this car a few months ago used, and I haven't done a lot to it. It was okay, good exercise. I don't get enough exercise, I do miss all the walking I was doing when I was taking the bus and the train. I really do. And I've got to get back into some habits of exercising. I'm feeling it, because sitting in the car is just bad for you, And the seat in this car is worn out, so it's kind of, it's really low to the ground. It's not the best angle for me to sit in a vehicle. Anyway, we'll head downtown, back to the west side. The best side. I need to get a few hours sleep. At least the bed will be warm, Electric blankets. Best invention ever made. I've got one, and I'd like to have like 2 or 3 more. 2 more. I'd like to have 3, I think. One for the couch, and one for something else. Getting close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Picked up like almost 25 people today, I think. Tonight, 30 maybe. Oh. Blow my nose here. I will not subject you to my honking noises. I will mute the phone for a second. All right, we're back.
News, I'm Giles Snyder. Christmas, New York City. The choir performing at Christmas Eve services at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Pope Francis is set to deliver his traditional Christmas blessing to the city of Rome and the world this hour. Power outages have dropped sharply following the storm that brought snow, ice, howling winds, and plunging temperatures to much of the country. Tens of thousands, though, remain without electricity on the East Coast this Christmas Day. Most of the outages range from Virginia to Maine. In western New York, Brian Brizzolero of the Erie County Sheriff's Office says some first responders have been working 24 hours straight amid a blizzard warning that remains in effect in Buffalo.
They have made, to this point, north of 50 rescues to this point, one being a small child. We have also rescued deputies trying to get into work, or deputies that were responding to a 911 call and got derailed and went off the road.
Local media reporting that blizzard conditions have stranded hundreds of drivers in the region and left at least 3 people dead. The $1.7 trillion federal spending bill passed by Congress includes several provisions for mental health and substance abuse care, as NPR's Ritu Chatterjee reports.
The omnibus spending bill provides more funding for school-based mental health care for children. It has more grant money available for collaborative care programs, which allow mental health care providers to work with primary care physicians to do early intervention and prevention for mental health and substance use issues. The bill also extends current public health emergency telehealth options for Medicare until December 2024. It also helps beef up the mental health care workforce by providing money for 100 new graduate medical education slots for psychiatry and psychiatry subspecialties. The American Psychiatric Association and the American Society of Addiction Medicine both issued statements saying these investments will help improve access to care for many families. Ritu Chatterjee, NPR News.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has delivered a defiant Christmas Eve video message. President Zelensky saying Russian airstrikes will not deter the spirit of Ukrainians. Here's the BBC's Hugh Chega reporting from Kyiv.
Ukrainians say the hardships have only made them stronger as the war enters its 11th month. Fighting remains intense in the east, but winter has slowed down the pace of offensives. President Zelensky delivered a video message recorded outside at night with just a few lights in the background. He acknowledged that this year's holidays have a bitter aftertaste, but said Ukrainians would create their own miracle by resisting Russia's aggression.
This is NPR News.
So earlier tonight in Buffalo, there was a very bad fire, house fire apparently. The roads are so bad, fire trucks and ambulances could not even get to the fire scene, and they were getting stuck all over the place. There were tow trucks and other front-end loaders and heavy equipment trying to help these first responders even get near the fire. You know, just a terrible worst-case scenario. When there's bad things in the weather, other bad things can happen. And then another county, I'm not sure, I think it's Erie County, Pennsylvania maybe, had a public, they put out a public call for people with snowmobiles who could be able to take rescuers and police and first responders on snowmobiles to get to incident scenes. Pretty extreme. But you would almost think that some of these counties where they get a lot of snow like that would have plans for some of this stuff, you know. Maybe they'll create some plans in the future now. Pretty wild. Passing through Cleveland's University Circle neighborhood, full of museums and Case Western Reserve University and university hospitals. They don't have the lights on? They change the light colors, or they turn them off maybe at later at night on Severance Hall, the home of the orchestra. I need to wash my windshield. How much gas we got? I gotta buy gas today. Now we're exiting University Circle and we're in the Midtown neighborhood, which is got a lot of tech companies, and it's the home to the Cleveland Clinic. One of the largest hospital organizations in the United States. All the buildings you see are Cleveland Clinic, pretty much. It's almost a 200-acre campus. And they right now have almost 1.5 million square feet of new buildings starting to be built. That's the main entrance area. That's the original last building from the original Cleveland Clinic. That's the last one that's existing from the old days. Everything else is new. Big money, yep. Big money. And the clinic is not just here in Cleveland. They're in Florida. They're in the Middle East. I forget. They're in a number of other cities also around the world. There's 3 hotels on the property that they own. There's numerous other hotels right around the perimeter because they get people from all over the world traveling here for care. Dubai, yep. Watch for the pedestrians walking in the street. It's just much easier to walk in a clear space than on sidewalks full of stuff. What are you talking about? Oh. I don't know. these people like him move around constantly. None of those people usually keep the same patterns. Some of them move around all over the place. Well, there's a little hotel right here. This is a little Hilton hotel on the right. It's called Hilton True by Hilton. It's a very nice little hotel. Well, that's how most of these people are on the street. You know, they're either fell on really bad times and became homeless, or they're off their meds, and yeah, there's lots of that. I mean, Cleveland has no end of that. No end, sadly. Oh, East 55th Street. We're crossing more into the downtown area now. Hello from Greece. Hello. Sala Bunsev. Hello. Oh, hi there. Oh, hello, I'm Fredo. Welcome. Let's see, Greece. So what is it? Is it noon in Greece right now? Christmas Day? It's noon. Welcome to Cleveland. Sloppy, snowy, very cold Cleveland. Oh. We'll be downtown in a second, and you'll see the holiday Christmas lights on Public Square. Just past the Cleveland Children's Museum. Be able to see some of them. Let me see if I can clean my window. Let's see. Oh. It did pretty good job. Okay. Pretty good job. You can start to see some of the tall buildings out there in the distance. Now pretty much everything you see is part of Cleveland State University, the downtown four-year college. It's turned into quite a nice little campus over the decades. Lots of housing down here now for students to live in instead of just being a commuter school. They got big plans for like $500 million worth of development over the next few years. Nah, this ain't nice. This is just slush. I'm not even going fast enough to worry about it being icy. So now you see this arch over the roadway here. We're entering Playhouse Square, our theater district. So Playhouse Square, which really revolves around the four theaters in the right in these buildings, would not be here if it were not for one man, like, was it 50 years ago? For Ray, if Ray Shepherdson, let's see here, had not worked to save these theaters, these buildings were going to be leveled for parking lots. Parking lots. Playhouse Square is a theater district in downtown Cleveland. It's the largest performing arts center in the United States outside of New York City. Only Lincoln Center in D.C. is bigger. Constructed in a span of 19 months in the early 1920s. The theaters were subsequently closed down but were revived through a grassroots effort. So, right now, there's two big shows going on. We got Hamilton and the Nutcracker. And this building here is a brand new apartment building, the Lumen. It's 32 stories. Goes way up there. That was built by Playhouse Square organization as a piece of income property to help keep their organization running. So you got four theaters here. You got the Palace Theater, the State Theater here. We just passed the entrance for the Palace, the State, the Ohio Theater, and the Allen Theater. And there's another couple other little venues inside the complex also in these buildings that are all connected. And then around the corner, down East 14th Street, is the Hannah Theater, another theater. And this is the largest supposedly outdoor chandelier in the world. It's pretty cool. And that's the building where Batman and Iron Man hang out. That's my own thoughts on that building. And down there is the Hannah Theater. Oh. got the big sign up there. It says Playhouse Square. Pretty quiet on Christmas morning in Cleveland. Hello from India. Welcome. Let Dell or Rodney near that chandelier. Really, Dell or Rodney? I must be missing something. Who are those characters? So, if any of you used to watch the Drew Carey show way back on TV, he was, he's from Cleveland. The show was based in Cleveland, and this is the building that his offices were supposedly in. This is the old Halley department store building. And they would always, they did a part of their opening skit or something on the sidewalk out in front of the building. Halley's was one of the 3 big department stores we used to have in downtown. And there was another one right across the street there called Sterling Linder also, but it was smaller. And then right downtown on Public Square are the other 2 big department stores, the May Company and Higbee's, but they're all gone. Comedy from back in the day. Oh, okay, cool. And then if you want to go look at something wonderful, go on the internet on your own, get on a browser, type in Heinen's downtown Cleveland. That's a supermarket. So in the first floor of this building is the grocery aisles in this gorgeous old Cleveland Trust Rotunda building, the main banking room, the big old school banking rooms. It's got like a Tiffany domes in the center. That's where they have the deli cases, the wine, and the beer. And the view, if you go look at the Heinen's downtown Cleveland store, it'll blow your mind. Blow your mind. Downtown Cleveland now has 20,000 people living down here. Many of the older office buildings and even some of the more modern office buildings that were, glass and steel have all been converted and saved into apartments. With the way some cities tear stuff down, we might have lost some of these buildings if they hadn't saved them. There's the Rotunda building. It's a very cool space. We've got 2 tower cranes in downtown Cleveland right now. This is the last parking lot being filled in here on Euclid Avenue with a, I think it's 18-story City Club apartment building. There's the tower up there. Building on the left, that's apartments. There's apartments in the back of this building with the white lights. Like I said, there's 20,000 people living down here, and there's about 1,500 more apartments being created in the near future. Hey, Ice. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. I'm just heading back to the Bat Cave slowly. And there's our grand old lady up there at the terminal tower. She changes her lights all the time to different colors. You can get them, you can request the colors for your event or your whatever, your party that you might be having in downtown Cleveland that night. They'll put your lights up there. 12C here. Oh, it's negative 10 here. It's negative 10 here. Maybe colder now. I don't know. Yep. Oh, I love the psychedelic colors. Yes, Al. Oh, yes. That's they've been doing that in the evening most nights, I think. I've seen it a lot now through the holidays. This is a very cool street here. East 4th Street. It's all pedestrian. It's all apartments upstairs, all those little buildings, 4 and 5, 6-story buildings. And there's a lot of restaurants and bars, and there's a coffee shop, a comedy club, lots of cool stuff down there. The House of Blues restaurant is down there. There's the Cleveland Clothing Company, cool Cleveland Clothing, Cleveland Visitor Center. And right next door here is the House of Blues. Yeah, the weather we had with this bomb cyclone that hit the United States was pretty nasty. Last night, for example, lots of pipes were breaking in buildings all around the county. 2-3 days of almost zero weather has found its way into every nook and cranny and froze stuff up. So here's the largest old department store. This is the May Company building. And it just got refurbished into apartments, 306 apartments. It's a very cool space. They've got rooftop patio. They've got an atrium. Very cool space. And now we're hitting Public Square, the center of the city. The building there with the red lights around the top, that's the Higbee department store. That's where they filmed part of the famous Christmas Story movie, which is from Cleveland. Don't forget the Christmas Story house is here in Cleveland. You can visit it. You could buy it if you got $10 million. It just went for sale. Oh yeah, Alan, out at Lubrizol in Brecksville, they had a big water pipe break. It might have been a sprinkler line. But yeah, oh yeah, sprinkler, that's always gets bad problems this time of year, Yep. Yep. I've helped fix some sprinkler stuff. But I would not want to have to deal with ice cold water and all that muck and frozen junk to clear out of the way to fix the problem. That's even worse if it freezes. Nursing home, yeah. I've seen sprinklers blow in good weather where the big tall, the groove joints come apart. There's a cool shot right there. Always like this view. Welcome everybody, 30 people. Good morning, Christmas Day. Public Square here, downtown Cleveland. Green right in front of us there is the other tower crane in downtown Cleveland. That's the new skyscraper going up 600 feet. It's the new Sherwin-Williams Paint Company headquarters. They're starting to put steel up around the core finally. So it'll start taking some shape now. That's the center core of the building with the elevator shafts. And for example, another building getting converted into more housing, this building, 55 Public Square here, is going to be half apartments and half commercial instead of all commercial. So it's going to be a pretty cool place to live. The windows are very tall in the spaces, so you're going to have amazing views out of your apartments. And this space out in front here, the famous old John Q's restaurant, which has been closed for a long time, is becoming a new restaurant finally, Fahrenheit, famous Cleveland restaurant. And it's going to have a roof patio. That'll be the bomb here on Public Square, having that. Yeah, Al, K&D is they're a guerrilla about what they're doing, you know. I mean, they're smart people, but I've just constantly heard nothing great about them as a management company necessarily, you know, especially like at the Reserve Square. I've heard a lot of complaints about people that live there. Yep. But yeah, I don't know those people at all. I've never met anybody from them. Actually, I met one person, but he was just brought into town to work for them, so he was new. Yeah, they own everything. They own the Terminal Tower. And that's the Renaissance Hotel, the grand old hotel in town. 400 rooms. Undergoing some major exterior renovations right now again. And it's going to go back to its original name, the Hotel Cleveland. They're going to go back to the original name. It's going to be, I think, a cool change. It's got the largest ballroom between Cleveland and Chicago. The Grand Ballroom. Stover's, yeah. A lot of people worked there back then. That's for sure. There's the casino. That's again the Higbee building. Used to be the Higbee department store, where Ralphie slid down the slide. No! The road's frozen? No, just slushy. My car's noisy. Just sloppy, wet slush. Ooh, I'm supposed to get up in a few hours. Ugh, I've been bad again tonight. And then over here we have the arena, the big downtown arena, where the, what the heck is that stuff on the ground there? What the heck is that? Is it time for my good deed? It's like a couple 2x4s or something. It's very weird. Oh, car stalled. What are those? I'm gonna pick them up and throw them out. I can do that. Where are my gloves at? There they are. I don't know. Big pieces of plywood. They either fell off a truck, which I don't think so. I bet they could have fallen off the parking deck here for the casino. They're doing all kinds of construction in there right now, fixing the concrete. It's windy. Those could have blown from anywhere. All right, well, nobody will stomp on it and skid. Yeah, you know, lots of drivers are idiots and they won't know what to do. They'd freak out. Why did I slide? So anyway, that's the arena. Rocket Mortgage Field House now is the name. We call it the Q. It's where the Cavalier basketball team plays, the Lake Erie Monsters hockey team, and concerts. And then right behind it is the ballpark. The Jake, the original name. Now it's Progressive Field, where the Cleveland Indians / Guardians play. The Guardians. All right. Yeah. And April can't be here too soon for the first day of baseball. If I had money right now, I could be in LA and stay there for the whole winter. But I don't have money to get there. Morning, Kevin. All right. Oh yeah, this is a cool thing to go do if you've never done it. Go visit the Cleveland Fire Museum. It's at the Cleveland Fire Museum, sorry. It's the Western Reserve Fire Museum. It's a very cool. There's the Guardians. Those are the Guardians of Traffic. That's where the Indians kind of got their new name. Hello there, libertarian. A libertarian. Last time I looked, I think it was 9 degrees, was it? Fahrenheit? Oh, 14. Still pretty cold out. It's good wind out. Pretty stiff wind out, actually. When I was out at the beginning of this broadcast, when I was out at the General Electric lighting display on the east side, the flag on the flagpole was standing straight out. So that'll tell you how windy it is. Oh yeah, I looked, that's right. Last time I looked, it said it felt like -5. -5. So thank y'all for showing up. I'm heading back to the Bat Cave for a few hours. I'm supposed to drive to Wellington, Ohio, and Lorain County in a few hours. So this is where the Guardians, the Cleveland Indians, got their new name, sort of. These are the Guardians of Traffic, these big pedestal monuments at the beginning of the bridge, the Lorain Carnegie Bridge. They're very cool to look at. A lot of cool stonework in them. Oh, it's nasty out. They got this building put up and operating pretty quick. This is all new apartments here. Waterford Bluffs. So many new apartment buildings going up. You really almost can't count them. There's that many. Literally that many. You need a whiteboard, a 4 by 4 by 8 foot whiteboard to list all the new projects going on. Like this big complex here. This is the new 10-story complex called Intro. Yep, ice. And it's got restaurants and some bars and coffee shop and other stuff on the first floor, bank, phone, and then really nice apartments upstairs. It's got a rooftop pool, party room on the roof. This is the West Side Market right here, undergoing some restoration work. That's the big old 110-year-old food hall. Where is it? 16C? Where you're at, Ice? No, where are you talking about? No, it's -10 here. Oh, in your city, in Hamburg, right? Or wait, or I forget which city you're in. I get you and Errol confused all the time. It's that warm? Wow. No. This is West 25th Street. Lots of development going on around here. Serbia, you're Serbia, right? Lots of new restaurants, bars, shops. So much stuff you almost can't keep track of it either. Down there is just tons of bars, restaurants, all kinds of stuff to do. Oh yeah, there's about 3 or 4 breweries here. The big brewery here is oh my God, my brain is really... Great Lakes Beer. That's the big brewer. They're pretty famous actually now. How long has that been lit up? I don't know. I guess that's been lit up for a while. I never noticed it that much. That steeple. This is St. Ignatius High School, Catholic Boys High School. I think that's steeple tower is on the old school building. Oh, dropped to 13 degrees now. What was I gonna look up? Jesus, it's 7 o'clock already? Oh my God. I should have been in bed hours ago. It's gonna be hard to get up. I'm gonna be dragging all day. Well, folks, I'm gonna hang up sort of soon here, so I'll say goodbye. Thank you all for hanging out, checking us out. Go look at some of the other live streams I've done if you want. A lot of them are just driving like this. There's one a few days ago where I spent 2 hours walking around downtown. I've got to fix up a better playlist so you can find the different kinds of stuff I'm doing, like the walking tours. Yeah, probably. Well, when I drive to Lorain County, I might around 9 or 10, because that's a good half-hour drive. And then when I leave there to go to Amherst from Wellington, I might, probably do that, because I'll be driving up right through Oberlin. So, yeah, I'll be back, I'm supposed to go to Amherst for some holiday dinner with some people. I'm gonna be tired. Everybody, thanks for coming out. Like it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you can. Hit that dingy bell so you get the notifications. And share this if it's worthy. Oh, okay, cool, Al. Okay. Yeah, I'll look for those photos. Thanks for those screenshots. All right. Oh, definitely. At least the bed will be very warm. Yeah, but this is all going to be gone in a few days. It's going to be 50 next week. All be gone. But that's the coldest weather we've had in Cleveland since like 1978. But not quite. 78 blizzard was, you know, we've been colder than we had even this time. Back in 83, 4, or 5, I forget when, I brought the girlfriend from Philly to Cleveland, and it was like 20 below. She was so pissed. She hates the cold. She was so pissed. It was crazy cold. Oh, she was. You know, I mean, Philly doesn't get typically as cold as we get here in Cleveland, and yet she comes to Cleveland and it's like hideous, you know. Oh my. And thanks to a couple of benefactors, I got enough extra dollars to go buy some heaters to keep my house warm enough to not freeze. Since I live like a really bad bachelor. I need to try to work out of that. I've been very bad to myself over the years. Oh. The first thing I'll do when I go home is check the electric heater cords and the sockets they're plugged into. Make sure nothing is too warm. As long as you check stuff regularly, and you can use electric heaters, but you gotta pay attention to them. Gotta put your hands on those cords. You gotta feel the receptacles they're plugged into. Damn, electric bill's gonna be crazy probably. That's something I don't know how I'll pay either. Had to do it. Alright, I'm gonna leave you folks here on the west side, the best side. Alright, everybody. Cheers. Merry Christmas. Have a good New Year if I don't see you or if you don't come back. But I'm here almost every day, multiple times. Kevin, thank you. Bye, everybody. Yeah, you guys make it worthwhile to come out, you know. I started this very randomly 8 years ago on another platform, and, you know, I grew into it, you know, and I like it a lot, and I'm alone a lot, so this has become my second family in many ways, you know, and if it ever gets kind of big enough, it'll actually be possibly my main source of income, or enough to help supplement what I barely make. Instead of having to work, I could do this more often. So once we get over the 1,000 subscribers, then we can start to get monetized and help maybe grow things. All right, cheers all.